spring is coming, but there's also some great high school productions coming out. Duchess Park is working on their Wizard of Oz production, but Cedars, they're ready to present their Zadie comedy production of Tartuffe. We're going to learn more about that and so much more on CKPG today. Welcome inside the studio here for a cool one today. We're with Briana from Urban Alchemy, and we got the safety glasses on for a good reason, Briana.
Yes.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, so
I'm
you got
excited.
some cool ring making workshops. This is part of what you do. Yeah. Explain to me a little bit more about what we're going to do today.
Well, we are going to hammer our piece of metal, and then we're going to solder it and make a ring.
I like it. And you do this for people.
Yeah, this is one facet of what I do. I do a lot of custom work, but I also do the workshops, and I teach people how to make their own wedding bands and stagettes. It's very fun.
Ah, I like it. Okay, so there's a bunch of workshops coming up. We're going to include those on ckpgtoday.ca for the dates and times. You'll see them on TV here as well. But all right, first steps first here. We got a lot of hammers. So
yes.
There's some hammering to do?
Yes, we got to. Well, first you could customize it and make it your own and add little, what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, imprints, stamps.
Yes, you could add your initials. You can add your initials or a word that means something to you, and then on the other side, we're going to hammer it. And we've chosen the meteor hammer.
Yes.
Because it's cool.
It does look cool.
Yes, and when I do my workshops, I go over a bit of safety. This one is definitely one that's going to do some damage. So we always want to be mindful of where our hands are in relation to the hammer. So we're going to go start in the middle. Flip it.
And this is just, what's the material here?
This is sterling silver.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really great material to learn on. It's soft, allows for a little bit of learning, and not as expensive as gold.
People from the other department's going to be like, what are you constructing up there?
Yeah, it's a lot of noise.
Rings.
Yes, exactly. Some people like to wear earplugs for it because when you have 12 people going, it can be quite loud. Yes. Okay, so we have a first initial texture.
Okay. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
That looks really cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's really, it's my favorite right now. Like there's a couple gaps that you could go in and fill it.
Yeah.
And you just get to learn how the metal moves, and it's a really fun, I love metal and I love sharing my love of it with people. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So basically, like, this is something, I mean, not only, you could go buy a ring at a store, but I mean, making it is such a cool experience to have together.
Totally.
Yeah, what do you see couples and doing this?
Couples, I usually have one or two couples in the groups, and friendships and all sorts of things. It's really fun.
Yeah, maybe people pop the question and then say we're going to make the ring. Instead of give it.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't know. Post-Valentine's Day thoughts here. Okay, so this is the hammering part. What's next?
The next thing we're going to do is we made the ring round.
Okay.
So we pull it together at the tips, and then we're going to make sure it's a nice snug fit, and we're going to solder it.
Okay, sounds good. Soldering it is.
Yes.
We'll get set up for that.
Great.
All right, time for soldering now. We've all been, I've been gearing up for this.
Yeah, this is everyone's favorite.
It's nice, hot, flame.
Yeah, this what separates from just jewelry making to metalsmithing is when you start adding the torch in, right?
Yeah.
And learning how to solder. So I'm dipping it in a flux. It's a fluoride-free flux. It's very hard to say.
Yeah, we like tongue twisters here.
Twisters, yeah, they're fun. And so I dip it in there because if you don't dip it in the flux, your solder will not melt and your piece will melt.
This is how I failed electronics in high school.
Yes.
Was bad at soldering.
Yes. So now I'm taking solder chips.
Okay, little teeny tiny ones.
Really tiny with our titanium solder pick. So we're going to pick it up and we're going to place it right on the seam.
Fire in the hole.
Okay. We're going to turn it on. And here we're at. We got action.
We're testing the station's fire alarms today.
Yeah, exactly. So the key is to warm the piece up. Because I placed the solder chips on top first, and the flux isn't sticky. It's kind of, we got to warm it up and make it sticky so that the chips don't blow off. So
Yeah.
we're gonna warm up the entire ring.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, because otherwise it just...
Exactly, and you want to get the metal to all be the same temperature, because if you just go to the seam, it won't melt nicely in the... We'll get some temperature here. So we're gonna do a nice warm up here.
You make this look easy.
That's the point. No, no, I want it to be, all these workshops to be very accessible to everyone. So all of the workshops I offer are beginner, and you can go as crazy as you want.
All right, I like this. So workshops February 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, Studio
I don't know if you
2880.
can see in here. But
Oh
it's
yeah,
starting to
whoa.
melt.
I looked away to see the dates and
And it's
there's
happening.
action.
Yeah, I feel like my torch might be losing steam, but we have melt. We have melted.
That's what you're looking for in the color. That's
Yeah, the red, and then the solder has melted. So now the favorite part is quenching it. So quenching is key to changing the molecular structure to soften it, because we're going to put it on around a mandrel and make it round, because it's not quite round yet.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's kind of ugly. You're like, did it solder? I don't know, it's black.
Yeah, I mean it
But you'll find out. We put it in a pickle solution. It's an acid bath.
a pickle solution.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. It's a pH minus, so it just has a higher acidic content to take all those oxides that have been formed in the soldering process.
Huh, very cool.
Yeah.
This was cool to watch. I like
Fun,
it.
right?
Okay.
Smells a bit melty.
Yeah. Well, we didn't set up the fire alarm, so
Yeah.
we won today. Should we get this cleaned up here and
Yeah,
finish this up?
that sounds
We'll let
great.
it cool off for a
Yeah.
second. All right, as you can see here, the finished one, Briana has put it on display, nice shiny. It's a lot of hard work that went into this today.
Yeah, very
That's
custom.
beautiful.
Isn't that a cool texture?
So cool. I look to give this a feel here too. Oh yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, you can feel it, but it's still really smooth.
Yeah.
So after we do the soldering, we do some emery papers, and then we polish it up, and then you have your own final finished beautiful piece.
I love it. You know, this is just so cool. Like, we made this today on the show,
Yeah.
and well, yeah, it's not every day you get to make a ring. So, for people wondering, you know, these workshops coming up here, but do you do special requests, like people are interested in unique custom things?
For my own business or for
Yes.
the workshops?
Well, for your own business,
Yes.
Urban Alchemy.
Yes, I do. I would say maybe 40% of the work that I do is commissions. People want custom jewelry. I do production, and that goes really well at the shows and trade shows and such, but there's just a desire for having something that's been custom made for them. A big one right now is because gold is so expensive.
Yep.
People are going through their things and finding grandma's gold that doesn't really resonate with what their style is, and we make it into something that is just for them. That's a big one right now. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so people just connect with you. Either we'll put up your email or Facebook on the screen. And
Yes, and I have a website.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. This was fun. Learned a lot. We made a little cool souvenir here.
Yes. Yeah,
That's,
and we have a few other workshops too.
yeah.
So we do stacking rings that are smaller and thinner. We also have, this weekend is the spinner ring. And then we have the permanent jewelry with a heart charm. Then we made these heart earrings. And then the heart necklace as well. So there's a lot going on this weekend.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It's not just one ring, not one size fits all.
Exactly.
So let's throw the joke
Yeah.
in there. But thanks, Briana, for coming on today, and reach out if you want some designs from her. One size fits all. I couldn't help myself.
And then in terms of wealth and rank, what is he? Why should a man of property like you pick out a beggar son-in-law?
That will do! Speak of his poverty with reverence. His is a pure and saintly indigence which far transcends all worldly pride and pelf. He lost his fortune, as he says himself, because he cared for heaven alone, and so was careless of his interests here below.
As you can hear, lots of excitement coming up for Tartuffe. It's the latest production from Cedar's Christian School to hit the stage here. And we're so lucky to have Hallie. We got Marshall and Elijah as well to talk a little bit about it with us today too. Hallie, we'll start with you. What is it like to be in such a production? You're a veteran at this, I hear.
Yeah, I've been here for about 3 years, and I think every year has been pretty good. I really like being on stage, and I really like, you know, lines, whatnot, and being on stage, blocking, and going backstage reviewing lines, I really like acting, and I'm very happy to be a part of this team.
What's special about this production?
I think it's not really like any other I've been in. I really like the closeness of like everyone in this team. Like we all like kind of get along, and none of us have any like strife with each other. So I think it's good to create a lot of meaningful relationships with each other.
Teamwork makes the dream work, as they say. Well, there's a little bit of drama on stage there with the Marshall, but it's on stage. It's good.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit of what this like is for you, because you're playing like a hardcore dad here.
Yeah, I think it's really fun. I've also been doing this for 3 years. My last 2 years, I was just playing smaller parts. This year, it's just a much bigger part, so it's a little bit more getting used to. But I think it's a lot of fun. It's just learning the lines. It takes a lot. You really gotta be committed to that. And some people think it's like, oh, acting, easy A. It's not an easy A. It's much harder than you think.
Yeah, I thought that once in high school, and I learned quickly. Does the face get itchy? Are you okay there?
It's not itchy. It's trying to fall off.
Oh, okay. You've been growing that since September?
I wish. I can't grow facial hair.
It's awesome what theater wonders can do. Elijah, you're Tartuffe. So what is it like to play the character and the name of the production?
I think it's really cool. Like, it's a lot of fun to be like such a big part. Last year I was like a bit of a smaller part, and it was lots of fun, but like being such a big person is like lots and lots more fun.
You feel a lot of pressure?
It is like, I do feel more pressure, mostly because I'm on a lot more, so like there's more room to mess up. As last year there wasn't like so much that could go wrong, but yeah.
This year, like this production, we were talking to your teacher who helped us with this today. Every kind of second phrase or sentence is a rhyme. Like you can't forget your lines when that's the case.
It's like if Shakespeare and Dr. Seuss had a baby.
Hey, I like that comparison. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go along the line. We'll start with Hallie first here. But why should someone come and see this show here?
Well, since it's like a high school production, it's not for like little kids, and it's a comedy as well. So you can have like a lot of fun watching it and not feel like it's like for little children. And it's just a lot of fun. It's comedy, and it has some dramatic scenes in it as well. It's like a good mix of the two. So I think that's probably why you can get some good laughs, and you can meet the characters afterwards.
Oh, a little exclusive opportunity. I like it. Well, thanks for sharing, Hallie, and well done. This is going to be a great production. Marshall, for you, what is your favorite part, and why should someone come see this?
I think it's just so funny. Like, some of the funniest parts, I'm kind of biased, but it's like when I'm yelling at somebody, because I'm just so over the top, being so over dramatic, and it's hilarious. I have found myself like, I'm trying not to laugh because it's so funny. So I'm over there like trying to frown when I'm trying to smile.
It's hard to get into the character, right?
Mm-hmm. It's for everybody. For like younger kids, the plot will go way over their heads, but it's so fun. It's a lot of fun, you know.
Elijah, how about you?
I think it's a really good play to come watch because it is less serious and it's like really fun. So if you miss a part of it, you're not gonna be like, what's going on? And if you are like, what's going on, you'll still be laughing while thinking what's going on. So it'll be worth it.
I like it. That's like some of my favorite TV shows I watch, just like that one. Thank you so much, you guys, for sharing. And of course, come and check this out here, Cedar's Christian School, putting on this production. We'll link all the details and how you can get yourself in here to see the show on ckpgtoday.ca. Thanks so much for your time, guys, and good luck. Break a leg, as they say. Not actually, though. Miss an episode? That's okay, life gets busy. We get it. Or maybe you didn't miss anything, but you're here to watch that one feature again because honestly, it was that good. No judgment. Here's the good news. You can relive every moment of the CKPG Today Show whenever you want. Head over to ckpgtoday.ca, click on the Today Show tab, and voila. So grab some snacks, kick back, and binge away because let's face it, life's too short to miss out on great local TV. As you can see, some very bright things are ahead for the Prince George Symphony Orchestra. I'm talking about candlelight here. We just broke a record on CKPG for most amount of candles on screen, but Ken Hall and Taya in the studio today to chat a little more about the Chamber Social coming up this Saturday. Thanks for making the time.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having
Thanks for
us.
lighting all these candles. I'm surprised the fire warden hasn't come in yet. But tell me about this Chamber Social coming up. There's some candles involved.
There are some candles involved. We like to call this Prince George's original candlelight concert series. So this is our core musicians, so our professional musicians. They put on these chamber concerts with a small number of players. Nice intimate setting, candlelight, appetizers, there's a bar. It's a great event.
Because this is not in Venue Hall, this is in the Knox, right?
That's, the Knox Performance Center, that's right.
So basically, this gives you the chance to get up close, personal. I mean, Venue Hall, you're really not that far away, but this is even more so.
Yeah, no, it's a nice, and the musicians will walk between the tables to get to the stage, and you really do feel like you're part of the event. Yeah.
I like it. Well, hey, there's something for everyone at the Prince George Symphony Orchestra, isn't there?
That's right.
Taya, tell me a little bit about your excitement for the weekend ahead. Sorry, again, that's such a good joke. Brahms Horn Trio. It's going to be a good time?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, we have a great program on Saturday. We have 3 wonderful works. We have a piece by Schubert, Adagio and Rondo Contradante. We have a beautiful string quartet movement by Webern. It's a slow movement for string quartet. Just beautiful, you have to hear it. And then of course we have the Brahms Horn Trio. So that's trio for violin, horn, and piano.
And you both are in this.
Oh, we're not playing.
You're not playing. Okay, you're just involved with the candles.
We're arranging the food and the
Yes.
candles.
Someone has to turn them on.
Someone has to turn them on. Yeah, of course, of course. Now, how much do you think candles help set the mood for the orchestra?
Oh, I think it's great. I think it's not so much for the orchestra, but for the
Do you play better?
audience,
You
I
don't
think.
play better when the candles are lit?
Well, maybe Baroque music. I don't know.
That's all they had
Yeah.
back then.
yeah.
Couldn't see what they're doing, but yeah.
Yeah. You have to get the right performance practice candle, though.
But yeah, so this Chamber Social Series is one of a few events coming up. You guys got a few more down the road too?
Yeah, so we actually have 2 chamber socials coming up. There's one this weekend, and then there's one in early April. And in between, we've got, not early April.
Yeah.
Oh, it is early April.
April 5th.
That's okay. It's the candles. They're making you nervous.
Yeah, it's the vapors. And then in between, we actually have a main stage concert as well. So
I like it.
Lots of stuff.
Something for everyone,
Yeah.
some might say. But how has the season been so far for the PGSO? Let's look back because, I mean, is this officially the midway point? Maybe a little beyond that, to
We're
be
a little
honest.
beyond midway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a great season. It's been a varied season, obviously.
Yes.
Sweeney Todd was a bit of a departure for us in the fall. A wonderful Christmas concert, and obviously we had our Robbie Burns fundraiser,
yeah.
and that was a ton of fun and really successful.
You survived the haggis.
The haggis was lovely.
It was lovely.
Yeah, that's great.
Survived the scotch, the whiskey.
Well, that's harder to survive, but worth it.
Now, Taya, when you're getting excited for one of these chamber socials, you were saying we're talking about the intimacy of the venue and all this stuff. What is it like as a musician? Talk to me from that angle about playing in a smaller setting like this, because it must feel good to get it. It offers something maybe you won't have in another spot.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I haven't had the chance to play for one of our chamber socials yet, but I've certainly played in more intimate venues, and it's really nice to have the audience right there up close. You can see everyone, and just different acoustics, different experience in that hall. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing about Venue Hall, especially with the lights, you can't see anybody's faces.
Oh, this,
right? When you're
on stage, hey, you can't really,
Whereas this, look, we've got candles on the table too, so everyone's lit up. So the musicians can actually get that feedback from people and see them nodding along or whatever they're doing. Yeah, it's nice.
For people wondering, bar, appetizer service, there are special levels of tickets for these chamber socials, right? Or
That's right. So there's two kinds of tickets. The more expensive is on the on the floor, table seating. Appetizers are included, and then there's the cheap seats up in the balcony, which is more of
far away. Yeah.
Exactly. But more of a traditional concert experience.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, looking forward to the weekend and the horn trio and all the candles. Do you guys have a tally on how many you got set up for the Knox?
Oh, not even close.
Not even.
No.
We'll have to go count.
Several boxes.
Several boxes. I like it. So if you can't find candles in the city, you know where they went. To these guys. Thanks so much for coming in. And like I said earlier, there's something for everyone. The Prince George Symphony Orchestra. Ken Hall says it best so. Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Hayden.
Thanks.
Entertainment on CKPG Today is brought to you by the Treasure Cove Casino. Now that's entertainment.
Prince George, very different place now than it was when it was incorporated in 1915. Why? Well, a lot of things have moved around. Some of them on trucks, some of them thanks to horses pulling them through the streets. Today we're going to look at an article over 100 years ago, a lot of buildings moving around. Looking back on the big move of 1920 today, yes, it was a big move because they had to move all the buildings from South Fort George and Fort George into Prince George. So a lot of moving thanks to horses, cars, trucks. So everything from bakeries being moved to big barns. There's even the Fort George Tribune offices moved. And yeah, lots of this was kind of surprising it was able to happen back in 1920. But as they say, they got her done. You got to think. This doesn't happen nowadays, and I have to wonder, maybe it wasn't the best idea just to haul a bunch of buildings down. But hey, you know what? 15th Avenue, the reason it's so wide is because they used to move buildings up and down the street. There you go. Fun Prince George fact for you today. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you for more great stuff to wrap up the week tomorrow. All right? Bye for now, folks.